about a PC. Yay! The time has finally come for me to retire my lovely ThinkPad. I'm obviously not getting rid of it, only going to keep it around for whenever I need it. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's just look at the pieces because we're going handheld with this because I can't be bothered to find my tripod right now, so yeah. Anyway, for the motherboard I decided to go with the MSI B450MA Pro Max 2 because I don't know, it has all the features that I make here. And it wasn't that expensive. So for the CPU we have the Ryzen 5 5500, which obviously isn't in it because I already bit the PC. My order of filming is very good. And yeah, it's just cheapish, or let's just say, and yeah, it's a good CPU and also comes with the cooler, so I save some money from that. The GPU is the Power Color Fighter Radeon RX 6600 because I'm just cheap and I can't really buy any other GPU. It turns out this one's actually pretty good as well. I mean, I was honestly expecting about 60 frames per second on games, but just like casually pushes 200. So for the powering everything, I have the MSI Mag A550BN 80 Plus Bronze. Turns out this is completely meaningless, so yeah, only the power really matters than which model we have, and this one's pretty good, so yippee! No, I don't really have the boxes for those here, but for the RAM I have Kingston Fury Beast 8GB DDR4 RAM, 2 of them, so in total 16 gigs. And for storage Kingston KC3000 1TB SSD. I specifically bought that model because it has DRAM. I don't want to lose my data again, so anyway, moving on, we have, oh my god, for the monitor, let's look at that. We have we have the Lenovo L24i4A, which is a 24-inch 1080p monitor, and it's pretty nice. It's got iSafe, whatever that means, and it's got built-in speakers, 100Hz refresh rate. I was actually going to go with 60Hz or 75Hz monitor because I honestly don't care about refresh rates. But then out of nowhere my parents came out and just told me to buy a 100Hz one, so yes. And very thin bezels, accurate colors, stuff like that. And actually I can agree, the bezels are crazy thin. And yeah, it's a very nice monitor, I would say. And for the case, it's the Deep Cool Macube 110. May say to me that it has atrocious airflow. I mean, it may be, I don't know, it's winter right now, so we'll see how it's going to be in the summer, but it's pretty great. It's got some nice features, like a GPU bracket, but this GPU is too short for it, so it's completely pointless. Quite a lot of drive compartment and good cable management places, so yeah. And finally, for the cooling, we have these Arctical PWM fans. I intentionally bought PWM fans because I don't want my computer going in the middle of the night full Boeing 737, so yeah, just bought PWM fans. And obviously I bought 5 for them, and I doubted that it would have enough RAM fan slots for these, so I also ended up buying a fan hub just to be safe. And those are all the bits. Let's just bring them in again. They're all empty boxes, by the way, so don't worry. It's like nothing's going to break in them. So yeah, wow. Anything else now? Anyway, so here are the bits, and obviously now I would segue into the section where I'm building it, which is not commentated bit. I just time lapsed the whole build because I didn't want to break anything while I was building. So yeah, I maybe throw in some commentating in the edits, but we'll see how is that going to be, and we'll continue there. Yeah, water white. Anyway, here I am with the commentary for the PC build video thingy. Now I would talk about the computer thing that I doing currently on the screen, but honestly I don't really care, so I'm just going to make all the tech fan people leave this video, because now we're going to talk about some car news that I've made a list of here in front of me. So yippee, let's get into that thing. So first news that I wrote, that the Mexican Ministry of Defense, aka Sergio Perez, has abandoned, or at least parted its ways with Red Bull, the veteran team, not the other one. I mean, if you don't follow Formula One, you may confuse it. So anyway, after being completely useless for almost the entire season, I think it's kind of understandable for him to go. So yeah, that's understandable. I mean, basically, he was just invisible. You just can't see him, or he just doesn't race. So yeah, that's funny. Anyway, and to replace him, they ended up bringing in Liam Lawson, which I honestly wasn't really expecting. I actually wanted Yuki Tsunoda to come over, because I mean, he's been racing for some time in the rookie team of Red Bull, so I think it would have been better for him to be on a veteran team, but they ended up breaking Liam Lawson, so yeah. So that's sad. Anyway, what else? Continuing with Formula One, McLaren is the Constructors' Champion, the first one since 1998, which is nice. I mean, I honestly wanted Ferrari to win it, but sure. I mean, it's kind of interesting because McLaren just kind of has a thing of being the master bottler team. They just screw up most of the time, but somehow they didn't this time, so yay! I mean, they lost the driver championship, so yeah. Lol. Anyway, next up, the new Jaguar, or the new brand identity they have. Now, this may be a bit controversial, but I don't mind the logo or the branding thing. I mean, the ad campaign is absolutely rubbish, and I absolutely hate it, but the logo isn't bad. And also the new car looks absolutely garbage. It looks like it just made it in automation, so yeah, I mean, it looks like I made it, just two square grills and a pretty generic sports car shape. I mean, the fastbacky back thing, yeah, I mean, they did F-type, something like that. And just, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it kind of looks like an Audi, so that's a bit funny. I just don't like it. It looks ugly as hell. And that campaign sucks. In my opinion, they just screwed themselves up. I mean, most likely people are going to buy it because car guys are car guys and they just say other things. And yeah, wives will buy it. If that gets people pissed off, I'm sorry anyway. And yeah, they just ended up deleting all their social media posts in order to just show off their new identity. In my opinion, that's stupid. I mean, just getting rid of a very rich history that you have with a lot of cool cars and race cars and racing and all that lovely things, and you just get rid of it to make some generic looking concept car with a rubbish ad campaign. So that sucks. Moving on to some happier news, the new Honda Prelude is finally coming in 2026, which is going to be a hybrid. And yeah, when I say a hybrid, the engine is only there as a generator. I mean, I think it can also drive the wheels, but I'm not really sure. It's going to be a 2-liter petrol, most likely for 4-banger. So yeah, obviously gearbox, because it's an engine after all. That's our sentence. Anyway, the design is actually pretty nice. The front looks a bit weird, but the back kind of just gives me Porsche vibes, which I do like. It's a handsome looking car, I would say. And yeah, cool. It's not like the old ones with the cool pop-ups and 4-wheel steering, but I mean, it's still a legendary name back, so it's good. I mean, it's way better than what Ford did with their Capri. Yeah. Other things, actually I think 2 days ago or something, the Renault announced their new Renault 5 Turbo 3E, which is going to be a 500 horsepower rear-wheel drive electric hot hatch. which is actually pretty nice. Based, most likely going to be based. It's based on the standard Renault 5, which is already a British car. Now you may be thinking like, wait, I mean, I actually like electric cars or something, but I mean, here's the thing, there are some cool electric cars, but the idea is stupid. So yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea, but there are some cool cars, like what I'm just talking about, the Renault 5 Turbo, the Ioniq 5N, the Porsche Taycan. I mean, I like those cars. Anyway, this is going to be a cool car, I would say. I mean, 500 horsepower, so the rear-wheel drive, that thing will fly around most likely, and it's only going to weigh about 1500 kilos, which is really light for an electric car. And also, just watch it have like 10 kilometers of range, so yeah. Also, probably coming in 2026, so yeah. The last news that I wrote on my little list is that Ford wake up from their weird fever dream thingy with their Ford Capri and decide to bring back the Escort RS, and it's going to be a 296 horsepower, 10,000 RPM, 800 kilos sport coupe, which I'm really looking forward. I mean, it's not like the Capri, which is a new car. I mean, it's just a VW with 4 badges on it, but anyway. And this is just a resto mod basically. It's based on an original Escort and just has way more power and has a ridiculous red light. It's epic. And it looks very handsome. It's got modern headlights, a modernized interior with Apple CarPlay as well. Ooh, nice, actually very pretty gauges. And yeah, I would say this thing is going to be insane to drive. I mean, obviously not can't. Whoa! Welcome to the mess, and here is the finished product. As you guys can see, yeah, I didn't take the thing off yet, and there's a random cable lying down here. What the hell? Anyway, let me just take this lovely glass panel off to show how my lovely cable management is. Here's a GPU. I also put a anti-sag bracket. If you can't even see it, what the hell, why is it this dark? Anyway, here's the GPU, the CPU cooler, and everything. Here is the 2 main cables that you may see, and obviously there's some mess down there as well, but obviously you can't because it's so dark. What? Anyway, look at him turn. Look, let me turn it on. Which one? That one. Okay, look. Okay, wasn't that one. That one was the reset button, sorry. I also took this one off accidentally. I can't put it back on, so oopsie. Anyway, so here's the PC. It has a bit of fan noise, but I mean, it's perfectly livable. It's lovely, and it has a very bizarre smell to it, but maybe it's normal, I don't know. I know I don't really care. And yeah, that's the video. Here's the PC. I may do a comparison video with my ThinkPad just to see how much of an upgrade this is, but yeah, we'll see that in the future, probably next year, because I don't really feel like making another video for this year. So yeah, thanks. And yeah, that's the main reason. This is also the main reason why there was a lack of uploads on the channel recently. Like people really care. Anyway, bye.